When Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. took his oath as president, it wasn't just the rise of a man, it was the return of a dynasty that once ruled the Philippines with iron and gold. But behind the legacy, the controversy, and the iconic name lies a man of ambition, reinvention, and unimaginable wealth. This is the untold story of power, luxury, and survival. From the golden corridors of Malacañang Palace to luxury mansions tucked away from the public eye, Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. lives a life shaped by legacy, shadowed by scandal, and driven by a desire to redefine history. As of 2025, Marcos Jr.'s estimated net worth stands at approximately $10 million, according to available public records, though some independent estimates place his family's cumulative hidden assets into the hundreds of millions or even billions, especially when historical wealth is considered. His income sources are a blend of government salary, as president, inherited wealth from the Marcos family's vast holdings, real estate, trusts, and potential undisclosed assets, rumored to have been sheltered in offshore accounts. Despite his publicly declared net worth being relatively modest for a head of state, the opulence historically linked to the Marcos family tells a far grander tale. Born on September 13, 1957, in Manila, Ferdinand Bongbong Romualdez Marcos Jr. was raised not as an ordinary Filipino boy, but as the only son of then-Senator Ferdinand Marcos and First Lady Imelda Romualdez Marcos. When his father became president in 1965, Bongbong was only 8, but his life quickly shifted into one of lavish excess, foreign education, and preparation for legacy. Growing up in Malacañang Palace, his childhood was anything but conventional. Bongbong attended the elite La Salle Green Hills before transferring to Worth School in West Sussex, England. He later studied at Oxford University, where he claimed to have obtained a degree in PPE, philosophy, politics, and economics, though Oxford later clarified he was awarded a special diploma in social studies, not a full degree. He also attended Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, though he left without completing his master's degree. From an early age, it was clear Bongbong was being groomed to lead. In 1980, at the young age of 23, Bongbong was appointed vice governor of Ilocos Norte, a position widely believed to be handed to him by political influence rather than merit. 2 years later, he became governor of Ilocos Norte, solidifying his presence in politics. However, everything changed in 1986 when the People Power Revolution ousted the Marcos family and sent them fleeing to Hawaii in exile. For many, this would have marked the end of a political career, but for Bongbong, it was the beginning of a calculated comeback. By the early 1990s, the family returned to the Philippines. Marcos Jr. began slowly regaining political ground, becoming a congressman, then governor of Ilocos Norte again, and eventually a senator from 2010 to 2016. He ran for vice president in 2016, narrowly losing to Leni Robredo in a race he later challenged as fraudulent. The loss fueled a narrative of redemption, and in 2022, riding on a wave of social media-driven nostalgia and strategic alliances, Bongbong Marcos won the presidency with over 31 million votes, the largest mandate in Philippine democratic history. But the Marcos name comes with heavy baggage. The original Marcos regime, 1965 to 1986, has been widely condemned for its authoritarian rule, corruption, and human rights abuses. Estimates suggest the Marcos family may have embezzled between $5 billion to $10 billion from public funds, a claim still haunting the family to this day. Bongbong himself has faced criticism for whitewashing his father's dictatorship, minimizing the martial law era's atrocities, and dodging tax issues. He was convicted in 1995 for tax evasion, a conviction upheld by the Court of Appeals, though it did not bar him from public office. His presidential campaign in 2022 also came under scrutiny for the alleged spread of disinformation, leveraging platforms like TikTok and YouTube to reshape historical memory. Despite these controversies, Marcos Jr. maintains high approval ratings, a testament to the power of image, nostalgia, and well-curated messaging. Marcos Jr. officially resides in Malacañang Palace, the executive mansion in Manila, a symbol of presidential power. But the real intrigue lies in properties allegedly owned or connected to the Marcos family. One of the most discussed is the Batak Mansion in Ilocos Norte, a heritage home that's been turned into a public museum. While modest in comparison to luxury estates, it remains a symbol of the family's roots. Reports have linked the Marcos family to dozens of properties worldwide, including apartments in New York, homes in California, and estates in Hawaii, some of which were seized or litigated following their 1986 exile. In the Philippines, the Marcoses are also linked to several undisclosed properties in exclusive neighborhoods such as Forbes Park and Ayala Alabang, though direct ownership often remains shrouded under corporations or proxies. While Bongbong insists his wealth is modest and earned, the lifestyle seen in family photos, fine dining, elegant interiors, expensive watches, often tells a different story. Bongbong Marcos has maintained a fairly discreet profile when it comes to cars. However, over the years, glimpses into his garage reveal a taste for both elegance and performance. Among the vehicles reported or photographed, Porsche Cayenne, a luxury SUV valued at over $100,000, offering smooth handling and sleek design. BMW 7 Series, a top-tier executive sedan known for its comfort and cutting-edge tech, estimated around $120,000. Toyota Land Cruiser, a favorite among politicians for its durability and prestige in the Philippines. Mercedes-Benz G-Class, a rare sight but rumored to be part of the extended family's collection, combining luxury with off-road dominance. While the full extent of his car collection remains private, what's clear is that his tastes reflect power, discretion, and legacy, much like his presidency. Despite public skepticism, Bongbong Marcos has made efforts to align himself with charitable causes. He has promoted initiatives related to education access, particularly in the Ilocos region, disaster relief, especially following typhoons and earthquakes, health campaigns, including vaccination drives during the COVID-19 pandemic. Still, unlike other global leaders with clear foundations or transparent charitable portfolios, Marcos Jr.'s philanthropy is often government-linked, with no major personal foundation attached to his name. Critics argue that true philanthropy must be rooted in transparency, especially given the family's controversial history with public funds. Bongbong Marcos is married to Louise Liza Araneta Marcos, a lawyer and member of the influential Araneta clan. The couple has 3 sons, Sandro, Simon, and Vinny. Sandro Marcos, the eldest, has followed his father's path and was elected as congressman of Ilocos Norte's 1st District in 2022. He is seen by many as the next generation of the Marcos political brand, young, tech-savvy, and media-trained. Bongbong is also known for his love of music, particularly rock. In several interviews, he's described playing bass guitar and having jam sessions with friends. He's a fan of the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and Queen. He also enjoys motorbiking, watch collecting, and spending time in the countryside of Ilocos Norte, where he claims he feels most grounded. Despite the heavy expectations and controversy that come with his name, Bongbong often portrays himself as a simple man with complex burdens, a role he seems to wear with practiced ease. Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. is not just the president of the Philippines. He is the embodiment of a divided national memory, part nostalgia, part warning. To his supporters, he's a symbol of strength, order, and renewed glory. To his critics, he's the return of an unfinished era of excess and revisionism. What's undeniable is this: he has reshaped the narrative, rebranded a name many thought was politically extinct, and regained the highest seat of power in a nation still grappling with its past. Whether his presidency becomes a true turning point or just another chapter in a long, controversial saga, time will tell. If you found this story fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into the lives of world leaders, the power, the wealth, the legacies. We unpack it all. See you in the next video.